Saya nak mengatakan di sini, kita tidak menggalak Datuk Seri Najib berdebat dengan Anwar. Kita tepati segala janji, bukanlah janji-janji kosong daripada Pakatan Rakyat. Sebab itu kita berani melancarkan janji ditepati. So dalam 3 tahun ini rakyat dapat menilai apa yang dilakukan oleh Barisan Nasional di bawah pimpinan Datuk Seri Mohamad Najib. Anwar seharusnya debate dengan semua orang, kerana kita tak tahu apa dia akan lakukan. Kerana sehingga hari ini Pakatan hanya melakukan apa yang dikatakan dalam bahasa English, full of rhetoric, no specific, short on delivery. So Anwar got to convince us to translate this rhetoric into what we call delivery. NCA has been involved in nation building from day one. We were the one who were involved in the fight against the communist insurgency, the resettlement of the Chinese in new villages, the fight for independence, the right of citizenship after independence by birth. That's why Lim Guan Eng and Lim Guan Eng are citizens of this country. We lay down the foundation of Malays, Chinese and Indian working together to make sure that this nation work and progress. And we have progressed. We advocated interaction and integration, not assimilation. That's why Lim Guan Eng is not called Sukarno Lim. These are history. Of course you say it's history, but it's all part of nation building, of which DAP has no role to play. Barisan Nasional has unveiled the socio-economic transformation program of Malaysia to make sure that we achieve a high-income nation, greater prosperity, and better quality of life for all by 2020. What has Pakatan Rakyat tell us? There is no clear direction for growth. That's what I say, full of rhetorics, full of promises. And if you look at all the 4 Pakatan Rakyat states, 95% of the promise is janji kosong.
Can we have order, please? Order, please. Can you please take your seats again? Order.
Yang harus dijawab bahawa Pulau Pinang hanya dapat menarik pelaburan yang terbesar hasil daripada usaha kerajaan pusat. Tapi saya nak tanya, mengapakah semasa Barisan Nasional memerintah Pulau Pinang selama 40 tahun tak pernah 1 tahun menjadi nombor 1 dalam pelaburan? Yes. Mengapa kena tunggu Pakatan Rakyat memerintah selepas 2008 baru Pulau Pinang boleh jadi nombor 1 dalam pelaburan? Bukan sekali, tapi 2 kali. And do you know that Penang is now listed by ECA International as the most livable city in Malaysia? We did that for the first time in history in 2011 to prove that it was no fluke, but a fact. We repeated it this year. Penang, the most livable city in Malaysia. You come to our Georgetown Festival, even international newspapers have written the hippest town in Malaysia. Where? Ayah, mian mung xin pun jai si Ping Jiu lah. Fit to be a leader. I think that question should be answered by our Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib. Saya harap Perdana Menteri buktikan kepada rakyat Malaysia anda memang layak menjadi Perdana Menteri. Datuk Seri awak cakap boleh bagi you 10 minit, saya angkat 3 minit cukup. Wah, bagi handicap pun tak berani kah? Tender terbuka. Wah, cakap kita tak ada tender terbuka. Memanglah mereka tak buat tender terbuka. Macam mana boleh faham apa itu tender terbuka? Kerana mereka hanya bagi kepada abang adik kroni mereka. Di Pulau Pinang, kita semua buat tender terbuka. When we talk about the state debts, 600 million ringgit in reduction. You said that was transferred to the federal government? Yes, because we drove a hard bargain. We drove a hard bargain for the interest of the people of Penang. If that is so easily done, why is it under Barisan Nasional? You could not do it, but have to wait until Pakatan Rakyat take over, and then we reduce the Penang state government debts. Everything got to wait for us to do lah. When they are in power, they do nothing lah. Only approve huge projects they got lah. The state government under Pakatan Rakyat, we did not approve a single huge project. We have to deal with what the rubbish that we inherited from the previous state government, and we are doing so. We have said if we want to have an engagement, direct engagement, I call upon your subordinate, Datuk Seri Wong Chun Wai, who writes about the hills being raped. Come, let us have a direct dialogue. If you dare, Wong Chun Wai, come, I will wait for you. We talk about the freedom of the press. The freedom of the press does not give you the freedom to lie, because you are controlled by Barisan Nasional. We only ask that if you print any lies, give us the right of reply. But when you refuse to give us the right of reply, our only choice is to sue. We sue Utusan Malaysia. And of course, MCA now defends Utusan Malaysia. Taknya kepada MCA lah. My friends, no longer can we accept the abuse of power under Barisan Nasional that led to Malaysians dying in custody, such as Teo Peng Hong, Abad Sabani and A. Kugan. No longer can we allow our women folk to walk the streets and park their cars in fear. We should put more policemen on patrol instead of using them to monitor Pakatan Rakyat leaders. No longer can we accept a policy of putting profits before the people's health. Let us change to close down the Linus Rare Earth plant in Kuantan. No longer should Sabahans be strangers in their own land with illegal immigrants getting citizenship. No longer should Sabahans and Sarawakians be denied the right to their natural resources by being given royalties of only 5%. Let us increase from 5% to 20%. No longer can we accept the cynical manipulation and division of the people by race and religion, when we should be united by the principles of justice, freedom, integrity and democracy. Let us not bully the minority races. Let us ensure a minority Malaysian, such as Bersih co-chairman Datuk Ambiga, is not hounded and persecuted, and people even want to hang her just because she's an Indian, a Hindu and woman. We condemn that totally. My fellow Malaysians, it is time that we don't live in our past that is filled with hatred and fear. We should look to the future filled with hope and harmony between all Malaysians. To put the past behind us, we must stop the politics of race and religion. To put the past behind us, we must end corruption. To put the past behind us, we must abolish the suppression, oppression, repression of our basic human rights and freedoms. To put the past behind us, we must demand good and clean governance from our ministers. How have our ministers performed? The tourism ministry spends 1.8 million ringgit on Facebook, even though it's free. the health ministry. How can the health ministry assure affordable health care when they allow middlemen to order drugs and make profits and not direct from the manufacturers? Even though these manufacturers are based in Malaysia, you order straight from them, you can get it cheaper and better quality. Are you not denying the basic right of Malaysians for affordable health care? And finally, our transport ministry. You look at the way the airport and the ports are run. No attention paid to our airports and our ports. More attention paid on car numbers, especially WWW number 15. The time has come for us to change. The time has come for Malaysians to boldly stand up for ubah. Dulu Korea Selatan selalu kalah kepada Malaysia dalam bola sepak. Sekarang Malaysia tak tahu turun pergi mana. Korea Selatan sekarang selalu main dekat World Cup.
왼발로 올라옵니다. 이동국 가운데 스치고 오버헤드 킥 나오냐? 차리 슛!
Dulu Korea Selatan lagi miskin dari Malaysia. Dia punya GNP per capita hanya 260 US dollar. Malaysia pada tahun 1970 $380 US dollar. Lagi baik daripada Korea Selatan. Tapi sekarang Korea Selatan punya GNP per capita 20,000 US dollar. Sekali ganda lebih besar daripada Malaysia. BN cannot change. They need to be changed. For BN wants to rule by fear. We know that if we wipe out corruption, BN will die. But if we do not wipe out corruption, Malaysia will die. So the choice is very clear. As Thomas Jefferson said, we must not fear. When the governments fear the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. The choice is clear, my friends. Do you want to choose tyranny or liberty? That is why we chose Uber. We want liberty. Thank you very much.
And the other thing is unfair is that when he hit the MCA ministers when they know that they have no chance to go up and reply. That is very unethical in debate.
Why is DAP so quiet about Anwar's alleged 20 account with 3 billion? And why is a political secretary with 2004 has 30 million in assets and DAP is keeping quiet?
Kalau cakap ada fitnah tentang Anwar, mengapa dia tak didakwa di mahkamah? SPRM dikuasai oleh Barisan Nasional.